All right, welcome into the 2012 Colliders franchise year 2. A couple things I want to go over before we play our first game against the Bestine Banthas. I want to talk about our draft class. So our first pick in the draft was the wide receiver Morgan Montoya. He turns out to be a 78 with B potential. He's definitely an upgrade with his 94 speed over what we've been doing. And then, do you remember Alexander Williams, the guy that was a top 5 rated in the draft, and he kept falling, and I wondered if there was something actually wrong with him. Turns out, no. We picked him up in the second round, pick 30, and he's an 85 overall with A potential. So we got ourselves a stud, a possible perennial Pro Bowler in the second round of the draft. So pretty excited about that. And we got a tight end in the third round. And that tight end's name is Ron Lewis. And it looks like he's going to actually start over Brad Gillespie because his ratings, while they're tied there, and they have the same exact speed, he's stronger, he's equally agile, better acceleration, more awareness, better trucking, and so on. So Ron Lewis, our third rounder, is also going to start. So our first 3 picks in the draft, all are starters. Our next one, the fourth round, is not a starter, and that is Travis Thomas out of Tulsa, 69 overall with C potential. So Jaquez Price is safe there. And then in the 5th round, we picked up a left tackle, Myron Vincent, and there's where we stumbled a bit. Of course, we have no concept of what the potential is going to be. So he's a backup at a 65, but that F potential means he's probably not long for this team. We'll have to see how that plays out. I can imagine that just means he's going to get worse every year. Anyway, that was our 5th round pick. And then that was our 6th round pick. Here's our 5th round pick. Our 5th round pick is Josiah Reed, a quarterback out of Texas A&M, 72 overall, so not in danger of starting. Only C potential, so won't get much better. So, took a flyer on a guy in the 4th or in the 5th round rather. 85 throw power makes him better than Orland Hamilton in that department, but 66 throw accuracy is tough. Okay, so deep accuracy is also low. So Josiah Reed is just a roster filler, it looks like. So that brings us to the 7th round. And in the 7th round, we got kicker Andy Gary, who was highly rated. And you can see why. He's an 81 overall with A potential. He ends up being a better kicker than Benton Cannon that we released. Benton Cannon was a 95 overall, but didn't have enough kick power to my liking. So he gone, and now Andy Gary is on the squad. Now, I want to talk about the 2nd overall pick in the draft. If you recall, that went to a punter, John Coleman. So they took a punter, 2nd overall. He's an 84 overall, so at least he's good. They gave him a $40 million 5-year deal for punter John Coleman, picked 2nd overall. And just to get a sense of why such a huge investment, look at that, 94 kick power, 84 kick accuracy. So there you go. The quarterbacks, trying to remember which team got the first pick. I think it was the Franzburg PFC. And they took a quarterback, Randall White, out of Stanford. And he comes in as an 86 overall. So what an improvement for the PFC, hitting it, getting it right on their first pick at quarterback. He's only 21 and he's an 86 overall. And let's see what he can do. 91 throw power, 81 throw accuracy. So yeah, he's good. All right. So that's going to bring us back here, and we are going to start this game against the Banthas. All right, welcome in everybody to a rainy Proton Park. We've got a downpour here in Batavia, Illinois for game 1 of the season. Last year, your Colliders went 12-4 and were bounced in the first round of the playoffs. And Andy Gary, the new kicker, will kick it off and get this one underway. Bestine Banthas were 0-2 against the Colliders last year, so a division rival to start out the season. And their quarterback is Brennan Hamilton, and he hands to Marquise Boyd, who is tackled there by Jamel Walker. He's chirping out there. And so Marquise Boyd has a lot of trucking, decent speed. Here's a pass out to Foster. Cheeseborough misses, but Preston Mahan is there to clean it up. And notice the Greek guy, Griffin Apostolopoulos. I don't think Madden does that with the names anymore. Oh, and there he is, catching the pass. Griffin Apostolopoulos with the first down for the Bestine Banthas. And Hamilton's going to fake, and he's going to get wrecked by James Hardaway, number 90, the right end. And that's his first sack of the season. First of many, I hope. Right, guys? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to see that again. Number 90 coming in. And now it's 2nd and 16 here in the first quarter. Rain is coming down hard. And here's Marquise Boyd with a lane. And Jaquez Price, the middle linebacker, finally brings him down. Hamilton throws to DeMar McGriff. He's tackled by Santamuel Cheeseborough, and that'll bring up the punt. Joshua Blackshear with the punt, and often injured Brendan Polk breaks a tackle, and he gets a couple there on the punt return. And so Greg McLean, who was an inadequate quarterback last year, hands to Jai Holiday. Holiday was a Pro Bowler at running back last year. But he's got some new weapons, and that one is batted down. McLean has their first round draft pick, wide receiver Morgan Montoya, to throw to with 94 speed. And this one goes to him on a quick little check down. It is not enough for the first down, though, so Brennan Vaughn will come punt in the rain, and here's a fair catch. And now we see the Banthas again. The Banthas in real life are owned by Ryan Lindsay. And he's got a wide open Foster. That is the tight end. And he gets it out to him. 2 receptions for 34 yards already. And so Brendan Hamilton is starting in the place of the rookie. So Jason Allen was our Heisman Trophy winner. And we are going to be tracking all Heisman Trophy winners through the pros. But Jason Allen is a backup to this quarterback, so unlikely that we'll see him today. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Looked like Alexander Williams on that last tackle. Our second round defensive tackle, who's an 85 overall out of Florida. So scoreless after 1 here in the elements. And Brennan Hamilton's going to run for it. He's got a lane. He gets decked by Preston Mahan, but holds on. And he's talking about it. Now we see Marquise Boyd, and he is yanked down by Najee Hobbs, the big defensive tackle. He's now 3rd in the defensive tackle rotation. His C potential meant he only went up by 1, whereas Sherman Mosley leapfrogged him with his A potential, but Sherman Mosley's a lot smaller than him. Hamilton goes to the end zone, and Karma Fitzgerald bats it down. Karma Fitzgerald almost didn't make this team, but the reason he's in there is because Elisha Wright, our free safety, is injured for a week. And Elijah Wright is a 90 overall as that field goal doinks in. So here we go. Brendan Polk on another return. And there's the Brendan Polk that we know and love, the one who's injured. I think he's got an injury rating in the 40s. Injured a lot last year. And here's Jai Holiday pressing forward close to a first down. That'll be an 8-yard gain. McLean will pass to him again, and he cannot quite make it, so that'll be 3rd and inches. And here's the play fake, and that is the left end. Kyle Buchanan comes in for the sack. The play action doesn't really work on Madden. Notice that the lineman cannot block during play action, so Brennan Vaughn is punting again. And Batavia has not really possessed the ball very much in this game. This has been the Bestine Banthas show, which is a weird thing to say since it's the Banthas. Hamilton back to pass. He's going to run for it again, and they're not going to get him until he has a first down. That's Javik O'Neal, the corner, who comes up. And when the coverage is good, Brennan Hamilton just takes off, and they don't have an answer for that quite yet. Hamilton back to pass, and that one's intercepted by Preston Mahan. Preston Mahan was the backup free safety. Now he's the starting strong safety because he has A potential, and he is an 80 overall now, so he's our best bet to start in the defensive backfield with Elisha Wright. So Brennan Hamilton makes his first mistake. Let's see if the Colliders can do anything with it. McLean from the shotgun. He's going to throw that one across the middle to Antoine Paradis, their obviously French receiver. Paradis came through a lot last year. Holiday gets this one for 1 American yard. And now McLean digs that one out of the dirt and lofts it up too far for Morgan Montoya, the rookie. So McLean has had his issues with accuracy, as every quarterback in the league seems to have had. There's another one. So he had a wide open receiver that he just missed. And now Brendan Vaughn will punt for the 3rd time. This one pins him at the 15, so he's got that going for him. And defenses have held stout so far. Hamilton's going to run for it again, and no one's there again, and he slides to safety in the wet grass. So Brennan Hamilton killing the Colliders with his legs. He's going to try again, and this time he is finally stopped. So 2nd and 10. Less than a minute left in the half. Hamilton goes to Griffin Apostolopoulos. And it's 3rd and inches. And defense can't get back. So James Hardaway was taking his sweet time. And the offsides penalty will give them the first down. It's a hurry-up offense, bro. You got to actually run. So 40 seconds left. Hamilton's going long, and Cheeseborough does something weird there. It's like he lost control. And that is a touchdown to Griffin Apostolopoulos. He calls himself the Greek god. He's the only one that gives himself that nickname. Most people just call him Griffin. But that's a touchdown with 35 seconds left in the half. And Apostolopoulos is tearing it up out there. So the Colliders find themselves down 10-0 before half, and Morgan Montoya will return kicks now that Brendan Polk has his traditional injury. Let's see what McLean can do. Digging that one out of the dirt and sacked. And fumbles. Oh no. This is the worst outcome possible. And here we see Brennan Hamilton's rushing stats for some reason. So after they score on a huge touchdown pass, they're going to come in and sack the quarterback. McLean's going to fumble, give it up. Ball is at the 5 with 27 seconds left. Hamilton digs that one out. Snappers are bad. Oh, and there's Javik O'Neal saving the day. Interception in the end zone, and Brennan Hamilton has 2 of them now. Maybe he should stick to running the ball. All right, McLean in the shadow of his own goal post. Can he protect the ball this time? He's going to just hand it off to Holiday. Breaks a tackle, powers forward for 7 yards, gives them a little space. Nice job by Jai Holiday. McLean on a short drop finds Antoine Perraudin on the slant. With 10 seconds left, they'll call timeout. McLean from the shotgun. And he is going to get sacked again. He's taking a lot of punishment in this game. So 4-3, and why not end the half with a sack? So terrible outing for the Colliders in that first half. When Greg McLean wasn't getting sacked, then he was missing his receivers. Meanwhile, defense has been mostly strong, but Centammuel Cheeseborough giving up a long touchdown was a problem. Thankfully, Javik O'Neal came in and intercepted the pass to save him from another score. And let's see what they can do in the second half as Morgan Montoya gets thrown to the ground. And here comes a new quarterback. That's Josiah Reed out of Texas A&M. Now, if you're keeping track at home, in 2011, the quarterback for Texas A&M, number 17, was a guy that you all know and love, Ryan Tannehill. But this number 17, who played for Texas A&M, is Josiah Reed. Don't let the paper say it was Ryan Tannehill. So Jai Holiday up the middle, and he's got a first down. So he's doing pretty well, and they would also do well just to give him the ball, it would seem. Reed is going to play fake, which is obviously an invitation for a sack, and there's Peter Johnson with his second sack of the game. He is the left end that they drafted in the second round this year. Jai Holiday doesn't get much there, so now it's a 3rd and long for Josiah Reed. And he's going to dump it off to Holiday, who's like, gee, thanks. And that's going to be a 6-yard loss on the play. And here comes a busy Brennan Vaughn in to punt again. And Javik O'Neal is there. He's our do-everything kind of player, it would seem. All right. Hamilton is going to fake, and he's going to throw that one away. When they do the play fake, we don't necessarily just storm in for a sack like the reverse, but, you know, no one's complaining. Hamilton with a late handoff, and that's Jamel Walker on the tackle. And Brennan Hamilton will operate out of the shotgun this time. Lots of time. Now he's going to run, and of course he has a wide open lane. He's Brennan Hamilton. He's unstoppable. 4 rushes for 56 yards. And here's a pitch to Marquise Boyd. And Marquise Boyd says no thanks to Karma Fitzgerald. Preston Mahan has to come over and finish the job, but not until a first down happens. So on the replay, oh, no thanks, Karma Fitzgerald. Karma Fitzgerald just gets smoked by the running back, Marquise Boyd. Like I said at the beginning, he's got good trucking. But not this time. There's Jamel Walker again. He's there for the tackle for no gain. Fitzgerald creeping up, and he's going to come in on the blitz uselessly. And that one gets thrown away. And so now on 3rd and 10, 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Hamilton back to pass. Under pressure, but he gets it away to who else? Griffin Apostolopoulos. And they cannot get him. He's got 4 catches for 95 yards. That'll bring us to the fourth quarter. Banthas dominating. Will they score here? They just converted a long 3rd and 10. Hamilton with a short drop. Gets it out to Foster for about 2 yards. This time it's Marquise Boyd who runs over Javik O'Neal, or actually Ramel McBride. Runs over Ramel McBride, and Karma Fitzgerald does manage a tackle this time. 3rd and 8. Here he is again, and he gets popped, but he's got the first down. So 1st and goal for these Bestine Banthas, who definitely came to play here in Proton Park. And just like that, Marquise Boyd untouched until he's in the end zone. That's a touchdown, and they're going to go up by 3 scores now here in the fourth quarter. And there's head stomping Marquise Boyd, who's run over a few members of the secondary so far today. Morgan Montoya will field this one at the 5. And while he does have 94 top end speed, clearly his acceleration is not there. So Holiday gets the handoff, and he goes nowhere. So that strategy is not working of getting the running game going. Here's a loft up to Ron Lewis. Ron Lewis is their new tight end out of Missouri. And that one is almost intercepted. Reed hits Ron Lewis again up the middle. And Ron Lewis has another first down. So Josiah Reed has found a connection in his fellow rookie Ron Lewis, and now he connects with another rookie, Morgan Montoya. So Josiah Reed is moving the ball well. And now he throws an interception. So trying to throw to running back, Josiah Reed is going to try to track down Cook and misses. And Damon Cook is gone. A pick 6. So not only did they take away the Colliders' scoring opportunity, they scored themselves on defense. And this is a blowout. I don't think the Colliders have ever been blown out like this in their short 1-year history of playing in this league. Now E.J. Foreman is back to return a kick. And he's stopped, so 2:45. And now we see McLean come back in after the Josiah Reed interception. And they have to stop throwing to the running back. Jai Holiday does not want anything to do with that. Here's another drop there. McLean tosses this one up, and E.J. Foreman gets it and then fumbles it out of bounds, thankfully. So for some reason, Foreman and McNeil are at the wide receiver position. They're both running backs. Here's Gillespie in. So right now, the starting wide receivers are not in the game, and McLean doesn't know why. He's going to throw that one out of bounds. So theoretically, after this play, they should be in the game because that was a stop in the action. There's Foreman dropping a pass. He had an open look for the end zone. And McLean's going to call timeout because the wrong personnel is in there, and I don't know why that happened. So now we have the correct receivers in there. And McLean throws, and that one's batted down. That'll make it 4th and 10. Andy Gary will kick a field goal. Some people call that the coward's way of avoiding a shutout, but now it's 24-3, and Andy Gary tries for the onside kick and fails. And Terrell actually brings it back a little ways. So 2 minutes left in the game. Bestine in control, 24-3. They're going to hand to Marquise Boyd. He is stopped by Jaquez Price. Colliders will call a timeout. 2nd and 9. Here's a pitch to Boyd, and he reverses it, and Marquise Boyd is loose, and he will score. So no timeout necessary, as the Banthas, who were just trying to run out the clock, had Marquise Boyd bounce off some tacklers, reverse the field, and score a touchdown, and now it is 31-3. This is a nightmare for Colliders fans here at home. This is to make up for the game last year when the Colliders' best game was a 35-10 win against these Bestine Banthas. And Bestine is returning the favor today. So far they've held him out of the end zone and are up 31-3. Here's a pass to Ron Lewis, the rookie, coming through with another one. 1:27 left in the game, and McLean's going long. He's got Morgan Montoya, and Morgan Montoya will score. That's going to be a 61-yard touchdown for the rookie from Greg McLean. And that 61-yard play will mark the longest reception in Colliders history, longest pass in Colliders history. So a little bit of record setting here as the game is out of reach. And Montoya will celebrate 3 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. And Gary is kicking long. That's against Amari Jenkins' wishes. He wanted him to try another onside kick, and that means that Bestine is going to be able to run out the clock here. So unlikely that they would have recovered the onside kick, unlikely that even had they done so and scored quickly that they would have got another one. So looks like Andy Gary just wanted to get out of the rain here. And that'll bring up 4th and 15, and Bestine is just not going to snap the ball here. And they are able to win this game on the road in a hostile Proton Park. Weather conditions were hostile, but the defense certainly wasn't. And that will be the game, folks. So the Batavia Colliders and Coach Amari Jenkins are going to start this year 0-1. Not what they were looking for. There's Ramon Cook, who had the pick 6. He's named player of the game. 31-10 is your final. Congratulations to Ryan Lindsay and the Bestine Banthas. Greg McLean's late touchdown did salvage a somewhat decent game for him. Josiah Reed was 5 for 7, but one of those misses was a pick 6. So the rookies coming in and doing the bulk of the receiving work. And of course we saw all of those sacks given up. The Bubba Hurst one was what caused the fumble. Bubba Hurst gave about 1 second worth of resistance. Karma Fitzgerald and Jamel Walker are your tackle leaders. We did get sacks from James Hardaway and Jaquez Price, and interceptions from Javik O'Neal and Preston Mahan. Ultimately, those didn't matter, but I guess it could have been 38-10. Andy Gary, the rookie kicker, added a field goal, and Brennan Vaughn busy today punting the ball. All right. Brendan Polk is hurt. We'll have to see how long he's out for. If you enjoyed seeing the Colliders get their heads stomped in, press like. Ryan Lindsay, you should definitely like that video. And subscribe to the channel. See if they can bounce back next week. Have a good day, everyone.